over this.
Bub's like, titties aren't that biggie. I actually have a poster of you, Bubs, in my house. Apartment thing. How do you feel about that? Now, granted, yeah, it was a test.
I'm aware that you have a shrine to me, but, well, people do what they want.
People do what they want. The Teespring test prints. They were... Yours turned out really good. But, like, the Aerith Banner one, like, the big one, turned out terribly. Because it was printed off-center. That one's... Like, the canvas prints weren't bad, but, like, everything else was just garbage. Everything else. That's why I don't really promote it, because I just don't like it. The quality is so subpar.
Perfect for the channel, then.
Shut up, Bubs. I wish we could find a better outlet, but a lot of them are like, you need to have bigger subscriber counts. It's like, fair enough. We'll get there.
I'll never get there.
Bubbles, come on, you little pessimistic Polly. Where's my invite, you little slut?
Game's launching.
You're late.
No, I've been here this whole...
Late, Bubby, late. Late to the game.
It's no set time when the game was supposed to start.
That space battle game looks interesting.
Oh no, the space battle's in Reach. Fuck.
Oh god, no. I wasn't talking about that.
Yeah, but you reminded me.
The space battle in Reach is just like, it's so half-assed, I hate it. It's like, could this be a cool spin-off game if they actually made like a fully dedicated proper game? Probably, but the fact that it's like half-baked mechanics and nothing you do really matters, it's just like slapped on, barely there. It's like it's almost an insult. It's like, why did you do this?
Where the fuck were we?
I do not know. Ah, Nebulous Fleet Command. That game looks interesting.
I'll assume we're there.
It's like Homeworld, but like more simmy. Come in here, Bubs. Bubs, your invites I think are fucking with a beep.
Oh, get in here. I'll...
Oh, fuck. I think I was actually breaking it. You know what they need to do? They need to add Steam Workshop for this so people can mod the campaign. And they need to make sure the campaign's separate from the
Break
multiplayer.
every time.
Yeah, but like make it separate so like you tweak the campaign, it doesn't affect the MP. Oh fuck, we're playing this. Fuck, I forgot. Disco's training wheels come off. I decided against streaming it today because I'm gonna have everyone preload it.
Is it out today?
No. Otherwise, we'd be streaming that, and I'd be miserable. It comes out Thursday.
Then... What the fuck do you mean decide against streaming it today?
The second one. The training wheel stream. I think she's got a decent grasp of the game.
You think a lot of things, Cal.
I do. Kind of my job. Oh. So I got that window.
That's the bridge? You gotta be kidding me.
What, you afraid of heights? Get going.
The game fucked with settings.
Perhaps. Oh, that's right, the leg.
Come on, Romeo, follow me.
Ah, games in the realms of non-functional, it seems.
What do you mean?
I'm having a hard time even opening settings.
Banshees!
Let's get the hell off this thing.
I'm feeling the leg, Bubby. I fell off.
It's not that bad, Carl.
Why, Bubs? You don't understand.
I do understand.
How could you, Bubs? You don't even remember what it's like to leg like a real man. Real men leg.
Field of view 120. That seems a bit excessive.
So,
105
Kibs, what's your favorite
instead.
automatic weapon in Halo? The assault rifle, but with mods. Base assault rifle, sad and pathetic. Modded assault rifle, realistic and sexy. Just killed a brute.
Oh.
Sad about Bubbles, why?
We already did this part, and it fucking sucks.
It does, thank you.
Let's go here. I don't know where we are, where we should be, where whatever.
We're getting to the really dumb levels. Ooh, remember when we had to go into the get to the little floating dude, and that level bugs almost like every time we do it. Only base game, something you could pick up in what? Only base game, something you could pick up in a MP match. What? Bitch, I don't play casual multiplayer with scrubs. I think Halo Reach was like the first time Halo 3 I played the multiplayer and enjoyed it. Halo Reach I got super into the competitive multiplayer for no fucking reason. On like the console. Like I have one save on my old HDD where I did a 4v4 SWAT on that one Forge World map where it's like on a cliff is where it's designed. One of my favorite maps. And like I had, what was it? It was me against 4 people because all my teammates quit, but like I had like no deaths, or if I did I had like 2 deaths or something like that, and I just wiped them and they were so mad. I got a couple like little messages calling me a faggot. It was quite funny.
I mean, they weren't wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gotta pick up the shotgun and then remember shotgun sucks in this game.
yes, they do. 4 for flashlight or night vision.
Yeah. I was mashing buttons there for a while we were just going on and on and on.
Don't worry, chat. One day, when Microsoft finally acquires Warcraft and they drive it further into the ground, I'll have to pay Bubbles to stream it. It'll be great.
What do you mean finally acquired?
Haven't they not gone through the proper acquisition yet? It's like an investigation first. By the F something something.
Yeah, well, nothing's gonna come of that.
Nothing will, because nothing ever does. Some officials get bribed, the usual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I should work for the FTC or FCC or whatever, so I can get
FBI?
bribed. I mean, I could get bribed there too. Talk about an easy buck. Corrupt cop Kibs reporting for duty. Except he's not, because he's corrupt.
Your duty.
I actually kind of enjoyed Halo Infinite's like gunplay for the multiplayer, but the campaign sucks balls.
Brrr.
And there's barely any maps, so I don't even want to play it.
That was the button.
Imagine launching a game with like a handful of maps for the multiplayer. Like, why would you do that?
Because you're a terrible human being.
Like, hey, you know, maybe the players want to... Nah, they don't want to play multiplayer. Fuck them. Bubbles, that hurt my feelings. Bubbles, that hurt my feelings even more. My feelings are quite low.
Your feelings can suffer.
My feelings are just a little pip on my health bar.
So are mine. Don't worry about it, pal.
I have the thinnest of feelings left. I am a snowflake. It won't take much to make me just throw myself out of my cockpit, because that's what happens when you die. You just eject yourself, like, "Eh," like
Yeah,
cry.
accidentally hit the eject button.
Because you're snowflaking, you're like, What's the button
this
for the
mission sucks too.
bomb? Yeah, this mission does
Q.
suck. Oh, thank you. Fuck's sake. Don't kill me. Don't you do it. No, game, don't like me into the water.
To be fair, a lot of these missions suck.
Oh man. I mean, technically PlanetSide 2 has only 5 to 6 maps. Yeah, but those maps are huge, and those maps are designed in such a way that it promotes like certain different like play styles per region. Because one's got an uphill battle, and there's actually weapons that are dedicated for hill and mountainous fighting. One area's got like a field, one area's got like, you know, valley, other areas got like little forts and settlements. There's a lot of variety in those big maps.
Variety is the spice of life.
Each zone is designed for a certain like style of gameplay. That's why they have those big biodomes that suck to fight in. That's just for close quarter combat.
What do you see, Gunny?
A whole lot of Covenant gathering around the crater from that subspace rupture.
Whole lot of cube in it.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
But these vehicles actually have like a limited amount of health, if I'm right.
Yeah, they do. And?
We have to get through this.
Do we have to?
How come they haven't done anything?
We have to press button.
I think so. I don't know
Which
where
button?
button is, to be honest with you. I hate this game. I like Halo 1, 2, and 3, but I am not a fan of ODST.
Ah, smashing the door works.
See, unlike Gears of War Judgment, like Gears of War Judgment plays more or less like Gears of War 3, you know? The annoying scoreboard thing is the only annoying thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way we're headed. Take him out.
Also, micro cunts, where the hell is the Gears of War collection for the PC? Come on, you little assholes.
Nowhere.
Like all they've
Doesn't
been
exist.
all they've been doing is putting the shitty fucking new ones on PC. And I don't want the shitty new ones. Bubbles, really? You piece of shit. You're so lucky I landed on the fucking platform.
That luck though?
I know that's you because you're the only one with a plasma pistol and you're on foot.
Something wrong, Kyle?
Don't want to get shot down because getting shot down means I have to fucking die.
To be fair, you have to admit that was a good shot.
It was.
Seeing how fucking slow that projectile moves. And it doesn't home in friendlies.
There goes their shield.
Look at that. I think we found us a squid house.
The squid house.
Take an angle. Burn it to the ground.
A squid housey.
Covenant must have blocked the door to the
Give me the
main area.
squishy.
I see an override switch, Gunny. Hang on, I'll set up.
Ow.
That's right.
Is that what people say about that one anime VTuber girl with the stupid squid gimmick?
Payback's a
They want her
Probably.
squid, her squishy. What the fuck? Give me that squishy.
It is the internet after all.
Oh, that's disgusting. It's kind of funny though. Just like I need that squishy.
We're stuck here until you open that door, Gunny.
Did you just explode? Okay, no. I thought you detonated. Get one on your 6, buddy.
That was me shooting another one.
These things are retarded how much health they have.
Yes. Bonk. Well, I sent it flying into the water. That works, Kyle. Just bonk him into the ground.
No way, you can just bonk them. Oh, fuck.
Bonk. I'm gonna go flying. Bonk.
Fucking. He's dead. Oof. Almost killed myself.
And I had nothing to do with it this time.
A rarity, to be certain.
Doors open.
Not that you're not trying. Not that-
Follow your lead.
If I was trying, I'd probably hit you there.
Appears to watch stream is this ODST. Sadly, yes. You can think,
Oh, this is Patrick.
oh, this is Patrick. Bubbles. That shouldn't still be funny. I laughed when I was a kid.
It isn't.
And it still is funny, Bubs. Don't lie to me.
No, it isn't.
This is Patrick. But no, it's not possible. What are you gonna do, Bubs? You're gonna cree? You're gonna squeal like a stuck piglet?
I'm gonna strafe.
Like how they're just sitting there like, sir, what do we do? Like, just hold position. And
Just
Dad,
tank the damage, it's fine, bro.
we got the prophets will guide us or something. Cringe. Oh my god, just die. I'm tired of shooting you. They are actually hitting it, right?
Yes. Allegedly. According to my screen, at least. That means war, Kyle.
There's one up there, Bubs. Oh my god, it could be a little baby. Up on the ledge, right there, Bub. Hop your little hoppy butt up there. To be fair, you flew right next to the fuel cannon. Like, you were just sitting there. And if a few stray plasma bolts blew you up, you know, things happen. Few stray plasma bolts, Bubby. What are you gonna do about it?
Not few, he says.
See? It only takes a few.
I like how the Phantom destroyed one of the bounties on the ground.
I am annoyed that in ODST, like, they don't really show any, because they want to be like, oh, the elites are all good. The thing is, some of the elites are still loyal to the Covenant, so, like, it'd be cool to fight some of them.
I mean, this would be before that even, so.
Yeah, true, there would be fighting elites. But there's only brutes. Another failing of ODST.
Because this takes place at the same time as 2.
Yep. This game ends right before 3 begins, if I remember right. Because we're fighting in Mombasa. I like how we've talked about this before in the original Halo series, but if you want to make a science fiction setting, the only way to do it, a lot of games seem to think, is you need to make it based in Africa and show Africa not as a third world country. See? There you go. We did it, guys. We're in the future. Clearly, time has progressed.
I won't fix certain things.
I want a brave game. A brave game that just goes like, yeah, no, it didn't ever get better. It's still bad. It's so bad. It's time for us to do that.
It's still just Africa.
It's still just Beep. Bubbles, there's no need to get violent, Bubbles. Yeah.
What's wrong, Kyle?
Find a workaround inside the tunnel.
He's a violent little bubby. A violent little bubby. A violent... Kerplunk.
Game? Really? Do I have to kill this thing over here?
Brutes are the stereotypical, like, there's always this one alien race that's just annoying, and it's
That's just brutes?
it's anything like the brutes. Like, creatively bankrupt science fiction, you can always tell when there's a race of just super brutish warrior people, and they're advanced civilization, but they're super brutish warrior people. It's like, oh my god, please don't do them anymore. I'm so sick of them.
Okay.
Look at my advanced brute warrior people, but they're also technologically advanced. It's like, oh my god, I don't care.
Cal, open the door.
Oh, I had to go on the other side. Where's the button?
I don't know. Yeah, that leads nowhere. I was curious. It might be far in.
I don't think it's here.
Here they come. Let's fight.
Yeah, there's a bit too many for me to probably cream pie through. Oh my god, leg, please.
Are you being creatively bankrupt, Cal? Stop it.
Don't worry about it. I died. Be strong, Bubs.
I am. Yeah, why do all weapons suck? Can't they just not suck?
What if the brutish race was uplifted slave soldier species for a empire? That is basically what the brutes are.
Mm-hmm.
The brutes basically nuked their own civilization? Yes, they did. Brutish alien races that somehow get space travel because some other race is dumb enough to fucking uplift them is probably the dumbest trope I've ever seen. And
Krogan are pretty stupid.
it's a fucking common... Yes, it's Krogan, the brutes. Like, it's always the same race. Races always have, like, one gimmick in science fiction, too. Like, the elites, the Sangheili, with the dumbest name ever. They're just, like, warrior elite, you know, literally, like, perfectionist stuff, blah, blah. The grunts, they're all fucking dumb. Like, they're all the same! They're all just tropes! That's the problem with most alien races and most fiction. Like, it's just... They're just tropes.
They're very much defined by their species.
They're one-dimensional. And they're basically just humans. Ugh. Except... I would rather them be just humans.
Oh,
Like,
hi.
they're as complex. They have different factions. That have different beliefs. Some are violent, some are not.
So what you want are the Halo Wars 2 brutes.
Those weren't even... Those ones are just weird. I can't even remember those ones.
I remember they were slightly different.
Might be a backup generator.
No, they're the same. I played Halo Infinite. They're just brutes. Because it follows their story again.
That did it. Door's open.
I fixed the door, Kyle.
The only Mass Effect race that deserves to be worshipped and praised are the beautiful, misunderstood Solarians. I'm right, anyway.
The Laners are great.
Solarians are great. They're better than brutes. They're better than everyone else.
They have Morden.
They've got Morgan. They're literally
Morgan.
Morden. Fuck. Morgan Freeman. There we go. Oh my god, that leg, Chad.
What's wrong, Kyle?
It's a bit special. Like, that guy should have been dead ages ago, but I'm just, like, struggling to side-strafe. Eventually, I just got murder-cated. Oh god, they got a woo-doo-boo-doo-boo-doo scarab. Except it's black. Because, you know, nighttime.
They're going to let you respawn?
Are the brutes less crazy than the didactic Prometheans? Yes, the didactic Prometheans are super bad. Halo 4 is garbage.
Uh-huh.
The brutes, yeah, sure, the Covenant uplifted them because they wanted to use them as chaff. Okay, a dumb move, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
Solarians are the most based race.
They are.
They're the only ones that recognize the Krogan threat and the fact that the Krogans are still a threat.
Never trust a Krogan.
Never trust a Krogan. Every other race was too stupid to realize the Krogan menace. Fucking frog people, or turtle people.
Retarded people.
Yes.
Eh.
Solarians are the most based because the genophage was the right move.
The Lerners did nothing wrong.
They didn't. They saved the galaxy. When no one else could or would.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, if the Krogan are allowed to be cured of the genophage, they will overrun the galaxy. So it doesn't even matter if you deal with the Reapers or whatever, because it'll have been for nothing.
No worry, Kyle. 1,000 Krogan per year per female is perfectly fine.
If the Krogans are a threat, why did the Solarians uplift them? Because they needed them to combat a greater evil at the time, which was the fucking Rachni. Once the Rachni were dealt with, the Krogans were too strong to be contained, and they would have overrun the galaxy.
Oh, no. That happened later.
Yes. But they breed too fast. How many children do they have?
A female can lay 1,000 eggs in a year.
Yes, that's pretty bad.
And they live to be like 1,000 years.
That's gonna lead to a serious resource crisis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's incredibly... Like, sometimes I forget how bad it is. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty bad. But then, like, no. That's literally galaxy end times level. By 1,000 years, they will have overrun...
Makes for great troops, though.
Yeah, their troops are fantastic, militarily.
Yeah, you can replace them very quickly.
Yep. The issue is that, they were able to defeat the Rachni, but, which is an equal
God
threat.
damn it. How slidey the game can be sometimes. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. This is not fine.
Why didn't the Solarians and Krogans finish off them post-genophage? Why would they? They weren't fucking trying to genocide them. They were just trying to make it so they couldn't overrun the galaxy. They made the right call. Because the Krogans themselves deserve a chance at life, but everyone else deserves a chance too. You can't just have them wipe you out.
Not to mention uplifting them was their mistake to begin with.
Yes. They weren't going to genocide an entire race for their mistake. But they weren't also going to allow the galaxy to suffer because of that mistake. You can actually have that debate with the Solarian Morden. And it's pretty good, actually. Like the conversation. Because in 2, he's absolutely right. In 3, he's getting old and he starts to feel guilty, but then you have to remind him. And if you're not...
Or the writers just decided that, oh, genophage be it.
The thing is with the genophage is one of those things where the writers of 2 had a really great idea. Like, no, let's make this, like, morally complex and gray. Like, yeah, they had to commit a mass evil, like, in order to, you know, save the galaxy.
I mean, a lot of 2 was grey, and then 3 was just black and white.
Yeah.
Remember Cerberus?
Oh my god, Cerberus is so cool in 2. Like, they're very interesting as a faction. They're a pro-humanity faction. And they're not just flat-up cartoon villains. Like, yeah, they are a terrorist organization, but their goals are in line with some of yours. So it's like, okay, you know, you gotta work with them to deal with the threat. The collector threat. Mass Effect 2, for all its writing problems, was still, I think, pretty good. But I think Mass Effect 2's failing was definitely the fact that it led to nothing. 2 would have been great had...
It was basically filler.
Yes. 2 was...
2 should have been about the Crucible.
It should have been. If they wanted to go with that storyline. But 2 is still going with the dark matter plot, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Then they wanted to go with Nevermind plot. Because the whole plot of the Reapers that they were setting up was that the Reapers were fighting dark matter to prevent, like, the heat death of the universe or something? I'm not
Dark
sure.
energy and not matter.
Dark energy. And that's what they set up in 1, and more so in 2. I don't think they set that up in 1. And so the Reapers were an evil, a necessary evil to defeat a big bad.
Mm-hmm. And then scrapped it.
Then they scrapped it. The Reapers are just beat boops that are retarded. I can still enjoy 3 for what it tries to do, but I enjoy it in the sense that I'm like, this is novel, and then I'm like, I don't really want to play it again, though. I like the multiplayer. I think that was the highlight for me.
Oh, shit.
Multiplayer mode was fun.
I ran into a minor issue trying to board the Scarab.
Yeah, you did.
My Banshee was covering the exit way, so I was stuck between that and a Brood.
Oh no. Bubble spawn.
Yeah, I tried to go much further back than that, and you didn't spawn.
How far back did I have to go for Bub? Who did the spawns for this? This is terrible.
I don't think you can spawn with the Scarab up.
What? Oh, for God's sake.
I'm gonna have to take it out, Kyle.
That's retarded. I mean, that should be the last thing we have to deal with.
I think there's only one Brute left on it.
I should try to land on it. If at all possible. Okay. I'll get crushed by my own thing.
Watch out for mine too, by the way. It's still on it. Ah, there's a grunt as well. Brute's downstairs.
I'm not gonna bother with them. Unnecessary risks. Should be the end of the level here, if I remember right.
I think so.
Head into the tunnel before another one shows up.
Oh, my body went flying.
Nice.
Now in the water.
Waiting to respawn, area not safe. Game, please. Like, either trigger the end of the level or...
Can you go through the door?
Is there a door behind you? Okay, the ship's moving over here. Maybe I have to open the door. Oh, come on, more. At least spawn Bobs, for fuck's sake.
I'm spawned.
Okay, I left the Banshee closest to you.
Damn. We hit the squid jackpot.
Weird.
Take him out, Gunny, so we can get through.
Stay clear. This is gonna be one hell of a chain reaction.
There we go, cutscene.
Mm-hmm. Mombasa streets.
Wow, Kikawani Station. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the naming conventions of Africa and certain areas of it. Kikawani.
Kikawano.
Bunga bunga. I'm not even joking. I think I've seen a place called that.
Probably. And there's a place in China called Ching Chong.
I know. Oh, stereotypes exist for a regrettable reason. But at least they're funny.
They can be.
If they're creative. They're funnier when they're true.
Whack.
Do you think the Lekgolo worms that make up hunters and scarabs were cool?
No.
I think it's a bit silly. Like, it's a neat, like, fantasy idea. Like, oh, like, it's a colony of worms. And then like they later retconned it so when one dies, because they pair apparently. It was like, okay, so there's 2 colonies, the colonies pair with each other. And if you kill one, they're like, and they get super mad. I mean, it's a neat game mechanic. As a species, it's stupid. But for gameplay reasons, I think that's okay. I didn't mind that change later in the other Halos.
Speaking of worms, we have a couple.
My god.
Music, fuck off. You're retarded.
This music is bad. It's like emotional piano music, which is unfitting for the...
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, you don't have emotional piano music? Uh-oh, I'm gonna
I do.
slip.
I just have grenades.
Oh, yeah.
Ow. I got stuck.
Halo ODST suffers from inappropriate music, like across the board, for every scene. Like, it's trying to be melancholic and deep and thoughtful, but the game isn't deep or melancholic or thoughtful. It's just dumb. Your character
Pretentious.
runs around picking up random pieces of shit, and somehow he's able to figure out, like, all sorts of stuff from that piece of shit as to where people are. Like, he picks up literally random piece of, like, metal. He's like, from this metal, I'm able to deduct the fact that my squad went this way and survived these explosions. It's like, what? From various bullshit reasons, because the plot fucking demands it. See, it's one thing to have your character figure out something plotty and, like, hard to discover, like, because of, like, you know, some little thing they're able to piece together, like, okay, you know, the shellfish of this potato came from this area, so maybe there's something, like, related. Like, things have to be tethered together, but in this story, it's not. The music, like I said before, isn't actually bad music if you listen to it itself. But it's inappropriate music. It's bad Halo music. It's bad game music.
That is bad combat music.
Like, this is not good for what's happening. It doesn't correlate with what's happening in the game.
Remember Halo's theme? Remember when that played in games?
That was exciting. That was bombastic. You were the epic savior of mankind, you know? Humanity's last hope, basically. In a losing war. So it was really cool, climactic. That's why Halo 3 has this sort of somberly piano. I didn't like it originally, but I later appreciated it because I thought Halo 3's music was extremely appropriate. It's somber because it's the final journey.
Out of ammo.
It was supposed to be the end of Halo's storyline.
Mm-hmm.
But
Supposed to be. That's money.
That's why if I say you ever want to play the Halo games, you could play them all, you know, if you want to, go for it. But I like to think of Halo 1, 2, and 3 as 3 is the grand climax to the trilogy. That's the end of John's story. Leave it ambiguous, because he was such a legend himself. Him coming back in 4, 5, and Infinite, they devalue who Chief is and his story. His story ended. Cortana's story ended. Those characters, their stories are done. And you can definitely tell that when you play 4, 5, and Infinite, because they don't really have a purpose. They don't really, like, their story's journey should have ended. It's like when I watch Red Letter Media, and I sort of like, yeah, I agreed with him on the whole, like, what was it? Empire Strikes Back. Like, Han Solo's character, like in the 6th movie, or the original 3rd movie of the original, like, he didn't do anything in the movie. He was just there. What do you think?
Yeah. I don't think killing him would have done anything.
I don't think they need to necessarily kill his character, but, like, his character didn't really do anything in the story.
No, it's just a bit underused. I don't think killing him would have been a better option.
True, it would have left a weird, bitter aftertaste. And otherwise, what was supposed to be a sort of grand, epic overcoming of, like, the Emperor himself and stuff like that, and the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like the edit though of the one, because after the Empire is defeated, it shows Coruscant and all these other planets celebrating at the same time. That makes no sense to me. Because they're still technically under Imperial jurisdiction.
Yep.
They wouldn't be celebrating. Not openly, at least. Because that would be what we'd call the Warlord period, where the Moffs would take, you know, their own sections of the Empire, and we'd have sort of like a Han Dynasty crisis. Except, you know, Han dead.
Han man, dead man.
I know, right?
I hate these things.
Gotta wander around.
Gotta enter underground.
The canon story is the only reason why Cortana picked Chief wasn't because he was the smartest, wasn't because he was the brightest, wasn't because he was the best. It was because he just was innately lucky.
Which is kind of retarded.
It is.
Because, I mean, he's clearly the best.
Yes. Therefore, he is the smartest, brightest, and strongest because he can survive all that shit. They're trying to do
If
that
he
to be
wasn't
like, make it
the
symbolic.
best, if he wasn't among the very, very best of the Spartans, how the hell did they lose so badly?
I also hate the fact that, like, in the original Halo plotline, like, they sort of established that, like, the Spartans were all basically dead, but then, like, actually, they're all alive, and, like, most of them didn't die. Actually. Like, oh my god. Oh my god.
More interesting that way.
Also, there's new Spartans, and everyone can be a Spartan now, and it's not even that special anymore. It's like, oh my god.
Everyone's John now.
Everyone's a Spartan. Also, the marketing for Infinite was, I just found it insulting. It's like, Chief, oh yeah, he's gonna save the Marines. Chief never really went out of his way to, in canon, save Marines, at least in the video game adaptation. In the books are different. Because Chief... Go ahead.
In the video game adaptations, I'm pretty sure he mostly killed them. So I'm not sure how canon the player's actions are.
Yeah, I know, right?
In tunnels.
I mean, my Chief has always been a psychopath. He sees a Marine and he's like, hostile target spot. Oh god, it's this fucking piece of shit mission.
Oh, you don't say. You only notice where we are now.
My brain was off, literally. Like, I'm not even, like, paying attention to this game. Like, this game doesn't even exist to me. Just a bunch of pixel on the screen. With no soul. All Spartans are non-binary.
It's this game. All Spartans are trinary.
Oh, shit, based. I don't even know what that means.
That you would call.
I know what trinary means, but I mean in terms of sexualness. Like, what is the third sex that they're having?
Spartan.
Spartan sex. Derp.
Kyle. Kyle.
What?
Look out.
Why would you do that? That was nonsensical of you, Bubs.
Look out, Kyle.
Well, that's right, there's gonna be a guy in here and he's a coward and then he dies and he's like, "Ugh." And every time I remember this character and I remember how much I just don't care.
He is a coward, though.
He's just a coward character archetype, and you're supposed to be like, ha, he's kind of a piece of shit. He kind of deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna die, you hear me?
Who cares?
It's like, I don't even feel satisfied, and I don't even care. Like, oh, the traitor dude got what he deserved, and I'm like, meh. I think that was the point when I was playing this myself, when I sort of realized that this game was kind of potato. Like, I was playing up until this point, like, God, is it gonna get good?
Trooper, they almost had me. I'm trying to get down to the next level, checking my team, but this stack is locked down tight.
He's just flipping around. I was like, whoa, throwing grenades at me, bro. Why would you do that?
Access granted.
Huh.
Sexual innuendo.
Look out! Got a bug problem.
What's the sexual innuendo?
What's wrong with you?
You looks like you got the magic touch.
Warning, hitchhikers may be escaped convicts.
Bubs, you didn't. You feeling okay, Bub?
See a damn thing.
What?
You go first.
I helped him down. It's dark in here. Oh look, it's a shitty weapon.
I forgot, why do the developers hate the needler so much?
Because it can be a fun weapon.
Like, it's on paper is one of the most interesting weapons that the Covenant have in their arsenal. And yet they actively try to punish you for using it by making it shitty in every game.
Just make it worse.
Yes. That's why I like that one mod we played with. I hope he does, like, update them all.
It probably won't. Probably just given up at this point.
I don't even... Partially, I won't blame him for it. But that's tragic.
I entirely won't blame him.
Because the... they make modding this game impossible because they constantly release updates for it. And while the
Break
updates...
mods every fucking time.
The updates are great, but they don't cue in the modders to what's going on. They just leave them in the dark. They don't give them any tools,
The thing
insight.
is,
Don't work with them at all.
they unnecessarily break the mods every time there's an update.
Damn fine work.
You killed him.
I thought they do break the game every time.
Yes, Carl, they do.
Oh, I thought you were disagreeing with that. I was like, I'm confused. Every time they've updated, all the mods I ever installed break.
I do hate the incendiary grenades.
I kind of
They're
like.
great when I have them, but
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ. If they just touch you slightly, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, my health is at a pin, like a little pin, and that's because I got bumped by it a little.
See more.
This gun always reminded me of some sort of candy. I don't know why.
There.
Well,
Fixed your
the
health.
annoying beeping stopped. Ah, the Covenant carbine. For some reason, they removed these from Halo. I don't know why. It's literally a good gun. And
It sucks in this game, though.
it sucks in this gun. It's better than 3. And then they make the DMR for the humans in Reach, and I'm like, God, bring this back. This was better. Like, this is more fun because it's a cool Covenant weapon. They took all the good weapons from the Covenant.
At least they have the shotgun pistol still.
I do like the stupid railgun, though, they have for the Brutes and the new Infinite one. But I hate the aesthetic of the Brutes. Like, it's like...
Yeah, roots are terrible.
The Covenant had a cool, like, purpley, slidey look to them. Very, like, religious looking.
You hear that?
Very space aliens.
Oh no! They're up here too! Coming out of the damn fence!
Hey, game. How did that happen? Mousing it up on another monitor.
He died.
It did, finally.
Crime doesn't
Didn't even have my game up while he died. And it happened again.
Bubble, stop doing that. Oh my god, this is not gonna go well.
It's fine, Carl. Oh, I mean, I killed myself. In my defense, I was in the middle of a bunch of brutes, and I had no idea where I was.
Fuck you.
Lol.
You hear that? Buggers! Down on your level! Oh no! They're up here too! Coming out of the damn fence! Get back!
Of course, I don't care about you being wrong. I'm not here to listen to chat being right. I'm here for chat to validate my opinions. And if they don't, then I ban them. Starting with Chick. Check out this. He's like, no.
What's Stracona saying now?
He says, disagree. The carbine has remained very consistent in usefulness across the various halos, with noticeable drop in 5. Yeah, I disagree. I think that the carbine's not nearly as good. Like, it's already shit here.
Carbine's dreadful and mediocre in most games, really. It's alright in 2. I'd say 2 is probably the best.
2 is the best. 3's okay. Where's my bubby dead?
That was. Lol.
He swore! No! Swearing! Swearing is forbidden! Bonk. Shitty pistol, check. This pistol's garbago.
No melee viability.
What is that?
You smash a brute in the face like 10 times and it's just like, meh.
Did the guns get progressively worse each game they released? No, they didn't. Some guns are actually good, like Halo 2 introduction of the BER is quite nice. It was annoying that they removed the assault rifle completely, though. That did annoy me. The carbine introduction of 2 is also good. Halo 3 introduced some fun little brute weapons. They weren't particularly great. The brute shot's great, but the brute shot pistol, I have mixed feelings on it. It can be really, really good in multiplayer, but like, you never get it in the campaign. It's so rare to drop it.
It is rare, but it is usually good when you get it.
That's why I kind of like those campaign mods, because they increase the amount of enemies and the amount of guns.
They also put fucking hunters and scarabs, which is great.
That's the most based idea ever. Like, who the fuck didn't think about putting a hunter on a scarab? Like,
Who the fuck didn't think about putting 2 on a scarab?
Yeah, I know, because like we got on the scarab right when we first played that mod, and we're like, wait, there's hunters, and like it made fighting the scarab even more fun because now it was like an actual, like, real slog to board it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest problem Halo had is it didn't have enough enemies. Because those mods actually made me realize that, like, yeah, no, there should be more.
Yep. At least in certain areas. But making the weapons more fun also helps.
Yes, the weapons were more fun to play with, and just more enemies to fight in general were also nice. What about the new alien weapons in 4? I hated them. 5 made them actually usable. In 4, they were garbage.
Were occasionally useful in 4.
4 is one of the worst Halos in the market, though. God damn. I'll give 5
They
one
did
thing.
severely suffer from a lack of ammo, though.
5 added the basic feature of being able to aim down weapon sights.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, 5 isn't the worst thing ever.
Which actually made it
gameplay-wise
kind of fun to play even on a console.
Yeah, no, like, the gunplay is actually kind of... Like, 5 is the first time the gunplay starts to actually see some serious notable improvements. The problem with 5 is that it compounds the same issue of 4's story by continually going down that stupid storyline path.
Story is god-awful.
Yep. 4 basically sets the stage. There's a lot of people who are apologists for 4. Like, well, 4 isn't... No, 4 is... Like, the reason why Halo got shit was because 4. 4 sets the stage for what's bad.
Reach did.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
And ODST.
Honestly, yeah, it's just a slow... Like, they're... Reach and ODST aren't terrible games, but they are downgrades.
Mm-hmm.
5 has gunplay improvements. Infinite does actually try to improve the gunplay further. Gunplay-wise, the series is actually making notable improvements, which is good. Problem is the story. They've completely lost the story, though. The story's gone. Infinite was just as bad as 5 and 4. With 0 redeeming
Doesn't
qualities.
surprise me.
The story's just a joke at this point. But at least the gunplay wasn't terrible. The missions were terrible. The bosses in Infinite were awful. Like, remember when... Oh my god, so there's so many apologists for Infinite's boss fights. It's like, well, yeah, but you like Halo 2, and Halo 2 had a boss fight. It's like, yeah, and it was the worst thing ever, wasn't it? It's like, you can't say that. You can't like certain parts
Garib
of 2.
was fun. Sort of a boss fight.
Sorta, not really. That was more... The 2 was scripted. They cut the boss fight and actually moved it to 3. Because they couldn't get it in 2 in time. 2 is just filled with cut content. Which is strange, because it's still so long. I almost kind of wish they would restore the content. Or make an option to restore it, rather than make new games.
Long?
I thought 2 felt long.
Feels long because of a couple of missions that feel long.
We need to play 2
That's
again.
not a good thing, Kyle.
We should
Those
play 2
missions
again.
fucking suck.
Which missions? I like 2.
A lot of flood missions, really.
Oh yeah, the flood missions. The flood and 2 are just not very fun to fight. Like, I just run past them.
Uh-huh. Especially when you RB. Cloak, run.
The flood aren't too bad, but you sort of just run past them. 3 is like the first time the flood are kind of more interesting to fight because they have infection form stuff that they do.
Yeah, no, the infection form stuff is nice.
Like they actually possess corpses and they actually
Except for
infect people.
Sometimes, then they're just awful.
Yep. The new
At
enemy
least on
though.
console.
So I like how everyone's like, oh, Infinite's gonna have the flood in it. And it probably will through a story expansion or something cringe like that, right? But like the big bad enemies of the universe are like these aliens that the Forerunners and no one ever talked about because they're so bad. They're so bad and scary. But they're so bad and scary no one ever knew they existed. Until now.
Hey,
I hate
this
that.
is so scary.
They're like, the Forerunners were nothing. Like, they're nothing compared to us because we're so edgy. It's like, yeah, but they like imprisoned you all. Yeah, but it doesn't count though because shut the fuck up. But being so pretentious, you piece of shit. Oh my god, I hate it. Also, the hexagonal obsession with Halo Ring and Halo Infinite is just lazy, tasteless, and boring. Halo 3, when the
This is a
rings...
great Kyle.
When the ring's rebuilding itself or building itself anew, it's like not made up of just hexagons. It's other complex shapes and stuff. It's a little bit samey,
X's.
but there's tons of different stuff, right? And fucking Halo Infinite, it's like everything's just a solid fucking hexagon. It's like hexagon, hexagon, hexagon. It's like, bleh, boring.
Elevator up. Next stop.
Bugger Central.
Oh, right, we run into her.
Yeah.
Ah, her
Oh,
character. Uninteresting love interest
Character?
of other uninteresting character.
Let's stick together.
I like how they try to throw in a romance plot in this fucking game.
Get it!
I do. That made me happy. Both the sound of it impacting her skull and the gooey sound it made, as well as the get it off me part, followed by the
I was hoping she'd kind of fall off.
A lot of essential characters sadly respawn if they fall off the map.
They do, but still, it'd be funny.
Would have been. I hate this pistol so fucking much.
Yes! Bullets hurt, alright?
Okay, that wasn't a bullet you done brought.
You know what I kind of wish Halo lore did? Sure, the Covenant fractures a little bit. I wish the Sangheili actually got wiped out by the Covenant later, or something like that, or reinstituted, and the Human Covenant War just continued. Because you know what? That's way more interesting than what they went with.
That way we'd have more Halo.
Yeah. The Human
And less
Covenant War is the
teeth.
best part of Halo's story. Everything else is garbage. The Forerunners fighting the humans, garbage. The fact that the Forerunners are fucking weird, dumb-looking space monkeys with fangs, dumb.
Poor others are humans. Changed my mind.
I know, every game, even Halo Wars 1, which I didn't like that much, even the Halo Wars 1 set it up as like, yeah, they're still humans. Okay, fair enough.
Frag out.
The only other like Xbox exclusive shooter series I want to see on PC now is just the Gears series. I think there's probably some other one I've forgotten, but the Gears series is a big one for me. Because we have one on PC.
Xbox. So that's Halo and Gears. That's all there is.
That's pretty much. That's all Xbox had, like their big name budget titles. With the Halo and the Gears series. Because Gears 2 and 3 were fun. 3 is my favorite. I just think 3 had, because it had the fucking retro Lancer.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun to use. It was a little
Janky
janky,
as fuck to use.
but it was still fun though.
Yes.
Plus, they even threw in their equivalent of their zombies, which the fuel source, which was kind of a cool little plot twist. Like, yeah, our fuel is actually like a literal disease on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
The lambent.
Oh, nifty. Slightly different from the usual zombies.
Their zombies could use guns, so they're a bit more Halo-like-esque, but they were still fun. I also like their gimmick because they explode because they were fuel.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
He mad.
He's dead.
Not bad. You do know your stuff.
Don't talk to me, old whore. Ah, Bubs. What? Bubs wants my hammer. No. Fine, you can kill me and have it.
I don't wanna.
Oh my god.
Nice and slow. Check the corner.
Let me give you a push. We have overshields now.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight. The engineer's dead.
My fingies are low poly. God damn it, Bubs, you killed him.
Didn't last long in a firefight. It's true.
The engineer still has shields.
No,
but they
Carl.
won't last long in a firefight. Take
You know
point.
what, Carl?
Clear a path
Why aren't you
to
dead yet? You'll be dead soon, Bubs. No, Bubby. Bubby. What the fuck is happening?
I don't know.
Watch where you throw those things.
You know that I outrank you.
Hothead Let's says Bubs is back. I don't think for much longer.
Me neither. Especially because this part sucks.
Does.
same team? The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
Look at his dead body. Lol. It's just a little floppy sand thing.
I wish I had grenades.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
Whoa.
Engineer's dead. Damn!
The engineer's dead. Damn! Like, that's a different voice line.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight. No, they killed the engineer.
No.
Yes,
They killed
they
the
killed the engineer. They indeed. The Jews did it, Carl.
The engine. No, Bobby!
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last
It's long in a firefight.
They killed the engineer.
It's just a gentle bonk.
It is.
The engineer still has shields. They killed the engineer.
He dies
I
so like pathetic. It's not even funny.
I like I got it with the punch afterwards as well.
The engineer still
We're
has
training.
shields.
This is like a
They won't
speed
last
run.
long in a
We were
firefight.
training how to kill the engineer most efficiently.
The engineer's dead.
Well, it would help if you didn't miss Kyle.
The engineer's dead. Damn. Damn. Nah, Gears of War 3 was the highlight.
The engineer still has shields,
Fuck.
but they won't last long in a firefight.
Kyle.
3 had gorgeous gameplay.
Killed the engineer.
And Judgment was a fine spin-off. If you could just remove the scoreboard. Judgment has the best character in the Gears of War franchise. Colonel Mustache Man.
Gears also has good fire screams.
The engineer still
Oh
has
yeah,
shields,
that's
but
true.
they won't last long in a firefight.
We have an
dead.
episode of our Gears of War series where it's just called and like you start it. Problem is it's a little quiet because our two characters are going as we just stand in a fire. And the best part is their mouths
Still has
move.
shields, but they won't
Like they go, they're like It's so good. It is literally some top-notch burning death screams.
Dude,
Still
bullets
has
don't have
shields,
proper
but
co-op.
they won't last long in a firefight.
You did wish what?
The engineer's
Bullets don't have proper co-op.
There's probably not a co-op mod. Modding those games, modding that is not easy because it's like around the PS2 and Xbox eras when co-op mods start to disappear because games get very difficult to mod.
but they won't last long in a firefight.
This on Unreal
Failed.
3,
They got
2.
the engineer.
The engine-wise, there's nothing stopping it, but
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
Are you sick of hearing her say that, chant?
Take point, clear a path to Buck. We failed. They got the engineer.
They got the engineer, chant. I don't know how it happened. Oh.
Careful.
Careful.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
I'll catch him.
The
Oof, oof,
engineer's
oof, oof.
dead.
Got him.
Damn!
good job, Cal. Plonk.
The fact that we're so carelessly throwing away this plot device character.
The engineer still has shields.
Like
They
we're
won't
just
last
beating him up
long
and it's
in a
like,
firefight.
oh, he's a cute little engineer, he's so delicate, and we're just like murdering him, and they're like, please buy the engineer merch, and we're like, fucking kill him, alien Xeno pig dog.
To be fair. These creatures are foul.
The engineer
They're
still
gross,
has
they're basically
shields.
big fart
They won't
bags.
last long in a firefight. The engineer's dead. Damn!
I'm stuck here, Cal.
Oh, nice.
I was actually stuck.
What I do is out of love.
Still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
I said out of love, Bubs. I'm trying to protect you, Bubs. Don't let him escape.
Take point, clear a path to Buck.
Our petty grievances aside, the engineer must die.
Affirmative.
God, the pistol is so bad in this game.
What the hell?
It took me 3 full mags to take down its shields.
Oh, hey, she finally said, like, what the hell are you doing in regards to killing it?
Oh yeah, because I spent so many bullets on it.
She's
Not
like,
because
I
I killed it."
noticed.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't. The engineer's dead. Damn!
Damn! I'm really hating her the more she talks.
Guys, I hope you suffer for a long time.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
I
Oh.
betrayed the bub. The bub did not care.
Failed. They got the engineer.
Also,
Also what?
Help! Please!
help, please!
Still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
Come on, Bubs, you need to meet Jesus. No. remember when the pistol was broken as fuck. That's Halo 1, brother.
Yep.
I remember it'd be banned from certain multiplayer events when I played System Link with friends. Because nobody liked it. What do you think, champ? Alright, Bubs, is it time for you to go sleepy?
I think it is.
We'll do another small stream chat after this.
Small stream for small PP.
Listen, chatteroodles. Viking Kiwi joins 50 North Koreans to say, Kibs, did you know the engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight?
I mean, he clearly doesn't have shields.
It's true.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be dead.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
Chat, do you start to... I know how we get chat to hate the game. We just get them to listen to Dare talk over and over. They still have shields, but they won't... What is this book done? Probably because we don't know what it is.
The engineer still has shields, but they won't last long in a firefight.
Well, shields plural, they. Talking about the shields.
We failed. They got the engineer.
They got the engineer, chat. Reap.
The engineer still has shields.
What?
But they won't last long in a firefight.
A rare bubbles in these days? I know. We gotta get him to join the Total War Warhammer 3 series that we're gonna do, because we're gonna do a series on it, and you're gonna join it.
Nah.
Yep, when they add Mortal Empires, Bubs, you will be bribed. Assuming I still have a job.
Same team?
You have a
I'll
price.
get you fired.
You have a price, Bubs. Don't lie to me.
I'll get you fired.
No, you won't, Bubs. This is why I'm gonna get that contract renewal, so I can fuck with Bubs. Bubs, the reason why you're gonna do it is so you can finally get fucking... You can finally get the rock thrower, and the meme can finally come to an end.
I'll do the first game then.
No, you won't.
Engineer's dead. Damn!
You shan't be allowed to escape your punishment. Your punishment for all your little bubbly sins. And also thank you for the donation, Viking Kiwi. Yay. The engineer won't last long in a firefight. It won't.
Fairman's overspending. Why is Fairman doing that?
Fairman's being a German. He's doing what Germans do best. Overcomplicate things. Making things problematic, yeah. He's like, ja, sprechen Sie Schnitzi. The beer to the rescue. The one thing I know he will never do is a cameo as Puggles in the Rad RP. True.
Uh-huh.
Puggles, baby! Arch's weird reference to Bubbles for some reason. I don't really know where it came from and how, but it's just a thing.
Poor Latvia's like, I'll try to reverse psychology.
Who said that?
Latvia's.
Oh, is that what? Oh, that's what he's trying to do. Yeah, I just know better. It's not gonna happen. Chat. Bubbles probably can't do the voice anyway. Neither can Arch. You can only do it for like 5 minutes. Boy, he gives up. It's funny though. He struggles. He's like, alright, so we're gonna wrap up this stream here. We'll be back with another stream where I'll just
no hip hop, please.
What do you mean?
Like, look at how an achievement. Kill 10 engineers.
Why'd you say no hip hop? I'm so confused.
Don't worry about it, Carl.
Bubbos. By the way, chat, we'll be back with another stream after. Say goodnight to little Bubby, chat.
Since Kyle says we, can we call Kyle a they?
I am made up of multiple people. Be back with another scheduled stream. Bye, chat.
You didn't answer Kyle.
I'm not going to, but shit, because I forgot what he said. Also, wait, Declaration Pop donated a bit to say nothing, because that was a day ago. Never mind. Be back in a little bit.